Hello, this is Thomas from plc2sql.com, and today I'd like to introduce you MySQL library for TIA Portal. So we will start on website plc2sql.com. We will choose product MySQL library for TIA Portal V13 and newer. Here we will click on try for free, agree with the terms and conditions, and download library. Now we will open the library, we'll extract it to and we'll put it here, close. So what we will find here? Here is PDF with the license terms, warranty claim. Here is user guide for MySQL, library for TIA Portal, where you can find everything what is necessary for commissioning the library. So we will start. So we'll test it on TIA Portal version 14. So we'll go to libraries. Here we will click on retrieve library. We will choose this library. Yes. So here we can find the library and the master copies. So we will create a new project, which we will call test MySQL. So we will add our test PLC, which will be 1200 series. Yes. Here we will adjust the IP address. So it's recommended to adjust all IP address, the full one with the gateway, because in this example we will try to connect outside this network. So go to libraries, we will choose function block, we will find S7 1200 series, firmware 4. So we'll copy this here. Also the functions. For MySQL there is only one function. And there are some helpers, which is good to have. Then we will open the master copies. We will copy all these 3 blocks, which are pre-created for you. Yes, we will replace existing object. Now we will compile code in the PLC. And here we can see that know-how block protected was adapted to new environment, which means that the compile library in here is adaptable to this PLC. So basically for 1200 series it's recommended to use firmware 4.2 and higher, which is no problem because you can always upgrade your firmware. and this one is recommended. Or higher, there is no problem, because if you are upgrading from old version, it should be always possible. So, what we have here? This first block, this is just a rising edge for setting up connect, execute, and disconnect of the block. Here we have our function block for connecting to the database. That is a structure for connect data. It is a structure for query. There is a timeout for all operation. This is the variable for activation number. This is the pointer for your interface over which you want to connect to the Ethernet. Here is a trigger for connect, disconnect, and execute. There is a structure for all responses which you will get, all data responses from the MySQL server. There is a bit which tells you that you are connected to database. There is a double word with error status. There is a string with actual status of the library. There is a string with the error. Here you can see if your license is valid or not. There are three IEC statuses based on error, which tells you in which state currently library is. And here you can see the version. Over here we can see there is only one function for getting value from SQL Server, because SQL Server returns all the data which are stored in the database in the text form. So you will receive all the data in string value, and then you are able to convert string value to your desired type, which we can see that we can string value, we can put it to double integer, real, or boolean, or there is in helpers there is a function which can convert string to data, which is datetime. This is for opposite way that you want to put datetime to string, that MySQL database will be ready to connect with it. So we will take a look at the structure which is called connect data. Here is set it up the username to the MySQL database. There is a password to it. There is a to which database we would like to connect. There is a connection ID. This needs to be unique for each connection. When you are using let's say if you want to use this function blocks 3 times, you have to, each function block has different ID. Here is the IP address. Here is a port. You can see that the IP address is outside of the range of the PLC, but over the gateway it's reachable. So we will build it up. Then we will load it to PLC. So PLC is reachable, so we'll load the program. Yeah, start PLC. So now is the time to move to MySQL database. On this PC, there is, not on this PC, there is a NAS server where I'm currently running the MySQL server, to which we will connect. I'm using the PHP myadmin as a administrator studio for it. So when we will connect, something wrong with the cookie. So we will start that we will create our PLC user. So we will press add new user. Our user will be called PLC. Here we will define that the user can connect from any host. This is a security feature. Here we will type our password, which will be in the test case 12345. 12345. We will choose that it's native authentication. Then that's basically all for that. We just want to create it. So we'll click on go. So we created user PLC. This is our database test. So we'll go to database test. Here we'll go to privileges. We'll add new account. Oh, I made a mistake. So we'll have to go back to user accounts, edit privileges, and database test. It's like that, global. We'll press it. No. Database test, go. Yes, and here we will check that you can select, insert, update, and delete on the database. So go. Then we will move to database test. I will drop this table just to test it. So we will take a look at the user guide. We will go to the chapter 3 example application. Here you can see how it's called in the PLC, the function block. Here is an example command how to create database. Basically, it's possible that you just copy it. We'll go to SQL. Here, if we will place it and press go, we will create a database. But the database is already created. So we will create our test table, which will be called table test PLC, which will have 6 columns: bools, string, integer, real, double integer, and datetime. This is just example how it can look like. So I will copy this command for create table. I will put it here. And I will press go. I can see that I've created the database. So if I will refresh it, I can see that the table test PLC is created. This is the example how to select data. So in SQL, we can write it, press go, and we can see that currently there is 0 rows. So we have to insert firstly some data. So we will copy this example insert. I'll go to SQL. Here you can see what it means. Insert into. This is definition of the table. There are definition of the columns where we want to insert data. And here are the values. So 0 belongs to bools, test 12 belongs to string, 4, 5, 6 belongs to ID. If you want to insert this data to PLC, you have to put $sign before apostrophe on the start and at the end, that the PLC knows that after this $sign there is a special character which shouldn't be misunderstood. So in here I will delete it. I will press go. So we inserted 1 row of data. Now we can get the data and see what's inside. So inside are these values. So now we will try to connect with the PLC to the database, insert data, select data, and disconnect. So we'll start that we will prepare the insert command in here. We'll put it into one line. One line is fine if this query is less than 255 characters. If it's more, you have to put it into array. And so I will copy this. We will go to TIA portal. So go online. We'll start here. We will press change this variable to 1. We can see that we are successfully connected to database. Here it's also written in the status. So if I will go here to our query, you can see that there is an array of 10 strings. So if we are okay, if our query is less than 255 characters, we can put it into one line. So we'll go to main, we'll click on execute. Here we can see that it was successfully executed. So yeah, you can see it here. 1 hour affected. So if I will go here, I will just take the select command, put it here. You can see that we inserted these values. It's 2 times here. I will put one more with the boolean, which is 1, to see see the value. And we can see also how it looks like if it's in 2 rows. So SQL, just to prepare it. So boolean value will be 1. So into first, and here we'll insert this. This will be on the second line. Okay, go to main. This we will put to false, then put to true. Yeah, successfully executed. Now we will try the select command. So we'll copy this. This needs to be deleted because we are preparing the new command. Go to main. To 0, to 1. And we can see that we successfully executed 3 rows. And we can see how the rows looks like. If we will go to statistical response, we can see that we got 6 columns and 3 rows. Here is info, how it's named, each column, which data type is it, what is the length of the variable. If there are some decimal, this is used if you are using decimal variable with some the decimal variable. Okay, so if we want to convert it, it's pretty easy. We'll go to this convert function. We choose that we want to get a value from column 1 and row 1. The value is 0, and we can see here that the value is 0. We know that in the row 3 there is a value true, so we can take a look on it. So if we will go over rows, column 2, you can see that the value is test12 and it's already string, so there is nothing to do about it. Column 3, it's 456. You can see that it's in double integer and also converted to real. 4. The value is 13.2. There is a double integer value. The 6 is the date time. For the date time, we can try to write it. We want to get string to do so double SQL data dot value. Here we will put some let's say double SQL data dot error, and as output double SQL data dot value. If we will load it, you can see that something's wrong. There is something wrong. I have to take a look at it. What's wrong? Okay. And if you want to disconnect, we will just click disconnect. And we can see that it's disconnect successfully. Unfortunately, demo can run only on 1500 series due to some limitation on Siemens hardware. That Siemens hardware doesn't support the functionalities which are used for demo, which is 2 hours. So if I will delete this activation number, I can see that the license is not valid anymore, and it advised me to purchase it. But if you will run it on 1500 series PLC, you can easily just stop CPU, start it again, and then you have another 2 hours for testing, which is suitable for your tests. And when you will decide to put it live, you just need to purchase the license. How to purchase the license? Go back to product, MySQL library. Here you can see that what's going on. Just click on buy license.